Hi all, we appreciate your views on Gogo Sports. Another club we would touching on today is Chelsea player earnings. Do you know Reece James is one of the highest paid players at the West London club Chelsea? Having signed a 6-year deal in 2022, Reece James earns £250,000 weekly, while other players earns a little bit low. Ben Chilwell earns £200,000 weekly. Wesley Fofana earns £200,000 weekly. Marc Cucurella earns £175,000 weekly. Tosin Adarabioyo earns £120,000 weekly. Levi Colwill earns £100,000 weekly. Benoit Badiashile earns £90,000 week. Axel Disasi earns £80,000 weekly. Malo Gusto earns £45,000 weekly. Renato Vega earns £25,000 weekly. Enzo Fernandez earns £180,000 weekly. Moises Caicedo earns £150,000 weekly. Cole Palmer earns £130,000 weekly. Carney Chukwuemeka earns £100,000 weekly. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall earns £80,000 weekly. Christopher Nkunku earns £195,000 weekly. Joao Felix earns £170,000 weekly. Pedro Neto earns £160,000 weekly. Jadon Sancho earns £100,000 weekly. Mikhailo Mudryk earns £100,000. Nicholas Jackson earns £65,000 weekly. Noni Madueke earns £50,000 weekly. Mark Guiu earns £50,000 weekly. Robert Sanchez earns £60,000 weekly. Philip Jorgensen earns £50,000 weekly. Marcus Bettinelli earns £35,000 weekly. Lucas Bergstrom earns £5,000 weekly.